Born into a world of unimaginable wealth and power, Barron William Trump is far from your typical teenager. As the only son of former U.S. President Donald Trump and First Lady Melania Trump, he carries the weight of one of America's most debated and influential families. While most teens stress over exams and social life, Barron's reality is filled with private jets, towering penthouses, and exclusive political events. But here's the question: what's life really like for the silent heir of the Trump dynasty? What secrets lie behind the walls of his guarded luxury? In this video, we'll uncover the hidden world of Barron Trump, his lavish homes, elite education, top-tier security, designer fashion, and a fortune that promises a powerful future. Stick around till the end, because the story of America's most mysterious billionaire kid is far more fascinating than you ever imagined. Lifestyle, properties, and assets. Not only is Barron Trump's life rich, it's also presidential. Luxury has been with him since the day he was born. He lived in a gilded penthouse in Trump Tower in New York as a child. It had 3 stories, 24-karat gold fixtures, crystal chandeliers, and views of all of Manhattan. This wasn't a house, it was a palace in the air. That was just the start, though. Barron moved into the White House after Donald Trump became president. Barron had a whole floor to himself, with his own staff, a playroom that was changed to fit his needs, and full access to the safest home on earth. What does he wear? European designers have made clothes for him since he was a child. What about his shoes? Most of the time, they are made to order. Most teens wear hoodies, but Barron was seen in expensive suits that cost thousands of dollars. When he travels, he gets on private jets from the Trump fleet, which have gold-plated seatbelts and luxurious interiors. And what about his weekend getaways? Think of the Trump International Hotel in Washington, the Bedminster Golf Estate in New Jersey, and Mar-a-Lago in Florida. Barron also has access to a lot of private assets. Experts say that his potential inheritance might be worth more than $100 million, especially if Trump's real estate enterprise stays in the family. He has everything he needs to become a billionaire before he turns 30, including trust funds, private shares, and offshore accounts. And yet, even with all this wealth, Barron stays out of the spotlight, leading a life that is both untouchable and unseen. A prince amid the modern world of riches and secrets, education, privacy, and security. Barron Trump's education is as exclusive as his last name. He attended the elite Columbia Grammar and Preparatory School in Manhattan and later enrolled at Oxbridge Academy in Florida. Known for its billionaire student base and intense privacy protocols. No paparazzi, no press, just silence and security. His privacy is obsessively guarded. Unlike other first kids, Barron rarely appears in public and has no social media presence. The Secret Service protects him round the clock, even now, using armored SUVs, facial recognition systems, and ex-military personnel. Inheritance and future power. As Donald Trump's youngest and only child with Melania, Barron stands to inherit a significant portion of the Trump empire. With real estate, golf resorts, hotels, and global brand value, analysts predict Barron could command assets exceeding $100 to $200 million in the future. But it's not just about wealth, it's about legacy. Insiders suggest Melania is already shaping Barron's future role in the Trump dynasty, perhaps even in politics or business. Behind closed doors, a quiet empire is being built, and Barron Trump may one day hold the keys. Relationship with Ivanka, Don Jr., Eric and Tiffany. Barron Trump is different from the rest of his family, not simply because of his age, but also because of how far away he is. Barron is Donald Trump's youngest child. He is more than 20 years younger than his half-siblings, Ivanka, Don Jr., Eric, and Tiffany. They grew up in the Trump business world, where they made headlines and built brands. Melania kept Barron away from boardrooms and reality TV cameras as he grew up, so he didn't hear much noise. There are still family links, even if they are only in whispers. People typically consider Ivanka as the polished face of the Trump family. She is known to be friendly with Barron and has called him adorable and very tall in interviews, but their lives don't often cross paths. Tiffany, who grew up mostly out of the spotlight, has the least known link to the Trump organization. Don Jr. and Eric are busy running the company. Barron's childhood is very different from theirs. He didn't grow up in Trump's shadow. He grew up behind a curtain. No selfies in public, no partnerships, just being quiet and separate. But as he gets older, many who know him say that these distant relationships might change. The Trump organization is continually changing, so the future may bring Barron closer to his half-siblings. If not as a brother, then as a strategic heir. Because even family is part of the Trump brand. A prince set apart. Why Barron is different. Barron Trump is the youngest member of the Trump family, but he's also the most secretive. Barron grew up behind closed doors, while his siblings Ivanka, Don Jr., Eric, and Tiffany turned their last name into a business. His mother, Melania Trump, is one important factor. Melania was very secretive and careful, unlike Ivana or Marla. She didn't want her son to be another famous person. She wanted him to be free of the mayhem. Ivanka started fashion lines and Don Jr. became a political star, but Barron stayed out of the spotlight and was rarely seen or heard. Age is another thing that keeps people apart. Barron is more than 20 years younger than his brothers and sisters. Ivanka was already strolling into boardrooms by the time he was learning to walk. Compared to his childhood, it was lonely. He didn't have any family members to play with, school memories to tell, or company initiatives with his name on them. Then there's the Melania wall. Several people close to the situation say that Melania kept a close eye on who may talk to Barron, even in the Trump family. She kept him safe from both the press and the stress. This intentional distance showed up in how people saw him in public. Barron is the only Trump child who doesn't have a public-facing job, like in politics, TV, or business. No interviews, no social media, and not even a suggestion that they want to run for office. In a family that loves the news, Barron is still a mystery. And maybe that's the most powerful position of all. In a dynasty when everyone knows what everyone else wants, the quiet one is the wild card. The one that looks like it has no plan on the surface yet, has the most promise deep down. In a family full of noise and headlines, Barron Trump stands out in silence. No tweets, no business, no spotlight. Yet that silence has made him a mystery. Who is he really behind Mar-a-Lago's gates? As the world watches his family, Barron quietly grows. Taller, smarter, and ready. Will he lead the Trump empire or forge his own path? One thing is certain. When Barron speaks, the world will listen. Thank you for watching this video. If you enjoyed this glimpse into Barron Trump's life, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. His story is just beginning.